In Shemayim there was a cry, there was a scream. Bezdin needed a carbon. The Bezdin Shamala needed a carbon oil. They needed someone to be mechaper on us, someone to be mechaper on Klal Yisrael. And they needed a gadol, not a stam a gadol, a groise gadol. Which gadol, Chas v'shalom, could, not to take away from Gedolim, but which gadol could we say in our dar never said a word of Lashon Hara, never said rechilas, never said anything bad. She never took from anyone. She understood. For those of you that don't know, Ahuva Malka had what's called Rett syndrome. Rett syndrome is a neurological deficit. It's not a disorder. It's not that Chas v'shalom they don't understand. They're mental. They understood. Ahuva understood everything. She was cognitively there 100%. But she never took anything. She was a Kaddish, a Neshama Tahira. She never got angry. She was a Semeach v'Tov Lev. For those of you that know her, that knew her, I don't have to say more. But for those of you that don't know her, for those of you that have seen her, you didn't know because she couldn't talk, she couldn't speak. But with her expressions, with her ava, with her simcha, can we fathom what it means when you're hungry and you can't get a piece of bread that's laying in front of you? Can we fathom what it means when you're thirsty and you can't pick up the cup to drink it? Or even if someone's trying to give it to you to drink, but the straw misses your mouth and it spills all over and you can't even wipe it off your face. So who am I here to be Maspid Gadol? Who am I here to be Maspid Gadol? Someone who has an Neshama Tahira. But who else knew her other than the Nashim Tzidkaniyos that worked with her? My wife, be gesund and stark. My siblings. But even more was the Nashim Tzidkaniyos from Shai, from the center. Her teachers, her aides, they came and they gave and they gave and they gave. But every one of them said, Ahuva gave back. Ahuva gave back. Each and every one told us, Ahuva helped me grow. Ahuva helped me appreciate the minute details of life. Ahuva could have cried. She could have screamed. There were times that she cried because there was things that hurt her. If her hand was twisted, she would cry because it hurt her. But when she needed stuff, she didn't cry. She waited patiently. She had a chukah for ruchnius. We stayed up Friday night. She was tired. She forced herself to stay up to hear Kiddush. She would wait for a yontiv, baking matzahs to school. Took it baking matzahs. I could show you pictures. The simcha sachayim that she had, the happiness, the lighting of menorah. Every year, Ahuva, I beg you, Mechila, I didn't light the menorah with you this year. I was afraid you would get hurt. No other reason. You were getting unsteady on your feet. It was hard for you to stand this year. And I didn't want you to burn yourself, so I didn't light the menorah with you. I beg you, Mechila. Shaking the lull of a simcha sachayim. You can't believe me. You can't. She enjoyed it. She had a leiv tar. She had a chukah for ruchnius. Her favorite song was Neshamala from A.B. Rottenberg. That was, Dear Malachal, no, I don't want to go. I don't want you to go. I don't want you to go. One more chance to hug you. Ahuva, on Purim, you had the geschmack in the Shleich Manas. When friends came over, you were happy. You weren't jealous. All the gifts, there was so many friends that brought her nash, and we were able to, there was a limited ability to communicate with her. Using a Toby computer, she would have eye gaze, or even those that were very close to her were able to ask her yes or no, and if she focused on, smiled when it was a yes, you knew she wanted to do it. It wasn't always the easiest and the clearest. It was very hard for her to concentrate. But when my kids would ask her, can I have your nasha, yes or no? And she would smile by the yes. She gave it all away. Ahuva, I beg you, Mechila, I beg you for not doing enough for you. When you sat there waiting yesterday, I was outside with the children and it was too sunny for you to go outside, and we left you sitting in the chair opposite the door. And I was looking from a distance and it hurt me. I was sitting there waiting, staring, waiting for someone to come take care of you. But you didn't cry, you didn't scream. I put you to sleep last night. I rushed. I had to go learn with someone. So I put you in bed and I covered you up and I said, Mommy's going to take care of you and give you your medicine. And my wife, she being gesund and stark, she cared for her and did for her. She went up and gave her the medicine and put her on her stomach. She couldn't roll over. Imagine you're in bed and you're in pain, but you can't roll over. That she did cry, and sometimes Shlomi would wake up in the middle of the night. If she heard us, she would knock on a door, or the daughter that slept in a room, or if we heard her. Last night I checked on her. You were so calm. I didn't want to reposition you good, even though I know sometimes you liked it. You were sleeping so calmly. I would know that this morning you would be there. Ahuva, I was always paranoid about this. From when she went to school, from when she was little, I would save your little pictures that the teacher sent home. The little arts and crafts she made. And my wife wouldn't want me to save it, and I didn't tell her right away, but only later on I told her. I save it because now I'm afraid I'm going to have to bury my child. But why now? Why so early? Why today? Why not another 10 years? We did so much. We tried, Ahuva. We built a house for you. It's Ahuva's house. You ask my kids, where do you live? It's Ahuva's house. We lived, Baruch Hashem, in a newer house. We didn't have to move. We were happy where we were. But we went and we built the house. We put in a special bathroom and an elevator. We were going to put in the elevator. It's Ahuva's house. It's Ahuva's van. It's Ahuva's. Ahuva was the circle of a family. She held us together. We weren't embarrassed of you. We were happy to have you. We want you. What could we take out of this? What could we learn from you, Ahuva? We have to learn from you the ability to be besimcha with nothing. Not with a little, with nothing. To be besimcha and to appreciate everything that we have. To appreciate what we do. To appreciate what we have, to walk, to talk, to eat, to sleep. To sleep, Ahuva couldn't sleep. We had to give her medication to help her sleep. You would think Chachik sleeping she should be able to do. But we had to give her medication. There were times in the middle of the night I would go to the room and she was wide awake laying there. Who knows for how long? I felt guilty leaving her. But what's going to done? Ich bin Vater Basavadam. Even sleeping you didn't have a menucha, but your neshama is going to have a menucha sanefesh now because a tikkun you had, and it's not a vayidoy ma'aroim. Ahuva was the vayidoy. She was the one who was quiet. She was the one who suffered in quietness and didn't even growl or cratch. She was happy. Anybody who knew her from Shai or from Center, even some of the neighbors, in the old neighborhood that we lived in Arlington and the new neighborhood in Albert, that got to know her just a little bit, they felt good. I know it's a little bit funny, I'm bringing this, a little card that we moved in there, 2.5 months ago, and her birthday was March 2nd. And a couple of the girls in the neighborhood brought her a card over. The world needs more people like you. You really mean a lot to us. We want you to know how much we love you, like you, and how much you inspire us. We want to wish you a happy birthday. These are 10-year-old girls that came and wrote this. We didn't ask them to write it. Their mothers, they wrote it on their own. We found out that their mothers didn't tell them to do it. 10-year-old girls, 10-year-old friends, 8-year-olds, they came and they were inspired by you, Ahuva. And that schus should be a meilitz yosher. For your neshama to go back up, I don't think you're a high madrega. But for us it should be a meilitz yosher. I'm going to ask the tzibur 2 things. One, when you go home, hug your kids. I would do anything to hug you, Ahuva. Hug your kids. Stop 1 minute and listen before you run away. I'm guilty of it, I know. For 1 minute you walk in the door, put your phone away and listen to each kid. If only I could do it one more time, carry you up the steps. I'm plotzing. I used to carry you up. We didn't get the elevator in. I was carrying you up and my back would hurt. And I didn't complain because I was happy to have you over. And if only I could do it again. And the other thing I want to say, this community of Lakewood and this shtat of Lakewood, there's such an outpouring of chizuk and chesed, and for families that have children with special needs. We're the ones that need we're the special needs. But Alpha Pikein, in the terminology that we have of children with special needs, Ahuva was a happy child, but it was still a special needs child. And there's so many organizations that help out. But Alpha Pikein, look around your block, look around your neighborhood. There are families, and I'm not going to use the word suffering, but it's prohibitive. It inhibited us from doing things. Just going chalamayid, where could you go? Oh, we have to wheel the wheelchair. It wasn't that we didn't want Ahuva to have a good time, but we couldn't. It wasn't physically shy. Small little details that get overlooked. Even grocery shopping, going out in the morning with your kids to play. You can't leave your kid inside. Who's going to watch Ahuva? Go home and think about it. Your neighbors, just a small thing, just a little bit. It should be a schus for Ahuva, and it should be a schus for us. And with that, I want to bet mechila. I want to beg mechila for myself and for my wife and for all the siblings and the family members. Ahuva, Malka, please forgive me. Please forgive us for not giving you enough respect and not treating you with royalty. Your name was Malka. We used to say you're a queen, but we failed you. But I promise you I won't fail you again. We're going to grow in Ruchnius. We're going to be better people. And we're going to try to be mis'ala your neshama with learning, with chesed, with small little things, holding open a door for another person, even if they don't need you to hold it open. Not cutting someone off when you're driving. It's a chesed. You're allowed to wave somebody on. Ahuva taught us patience. She waited. Her bus would wait sometimes 45 minutes to an hour. The bus didn't come. She waited. She waited quietly. Ahuva, I beg you again. I beg you, mechila. I don't want to stop talking. I want to be longer with you, Ahuva, but I have to have Rachmanis on the tzibur here. I don't want to say goodbye. You'll forever be close to me and to my family and to all of us that knew you. Maybe a meilitz yosher for Klal Yisrael that needs Yeshuas and needs refuahs and needs bracha. Malka Hashem al kol panav gimel. Kol Yisrael v'nei narma.